Welcome, lovelies, to the Fontainebleau Las Vegas. This is a sister property of the famed Fontainebleau Miami Beach, which opened in 1954, so has been kicking it strong for over 70 years and counting now, and is actually registered on the National Registry of Historic Places. This resort is a long time in the making. It took nearly 17 years to complete. Yes, 17 years. There are a couple of other YouTube channels that have done in-depth documentaries about this. I highly recommend you all check out, including Abandoned Explained and Bright Sun Films, which have done amazing, fascinating deep dives into the history of the development of this here property. But Fontainebleau Las Vegas persevered, and finally, after nearly 17 years, it has triumphant grand opening in December of 2023. This resort has over 3,600 rooms, over 20 fine dining and casual restaurants, some exotic snazzy lounges, a wonderful lapis spa, and also a pool encompassing 7 acres. Let's check all of this out and so much more. Owning our summer here at Fontainebleau Las Vegas. Let's do this. So we are here in the front lobby here at Fontainebleau Las Vegas, and as you can see, it is quite an opulent one. One of my favorite lobbies, period, on the Las Vegas Strip. So yeah, time for this girl to get checked in. Alright, I got my card. I'm on the 15th floor in the Gold Tower. I got a pool view I can't wait to share with you, lovelies. Let's go up there. I just had an epic day over at the Oasis pool here at Fontainebleau. It's a very sprawling pool campus. When I saw some early renderings of what the Oasis would look like, it looked kind of small at the time. I didn't know what I was going to think about this Oasis pool deck, but I have to say it was actually enormous, voluminous, and just had so much to offer. And there's so much more that I can't wait to explore in the next 2 days as well. And I ordered 2 drinks from their pool bar. The first was called Little Hot Mess. That one was a rum-based drink, Bacardi rum. It had hints of strawberry and lychee in it. That was pretty decent, but my absolute favorite was by far the side piece. That one was actually a tequila-based drink, and it had prickly pear in it, which gave it this amazing purple color, and it was absolutely amazing as well. And my pool experience on the first day went completely unexpected too. I randomly was met by this gentleman by the name of Matt, and we had this long, deep conversation that lasted about 2.5 hours, nearly 3 hours. And I was never expecting that. That's why I love Vegas so much. There's always the opportunity for all these spontaneous encounters and connections, and they don't have to have any rhyme or reason to it. It could just be chatting, and that's what I love. Everyone's out here to have a good time. I just love the general vibes that the Vegas community enriches, and Matt, definitely brought it. So thank you so much, Matt, for your very thoughtful, deep conversation. It really made my day. So it's about 6:30 p.m. right now. I'm getting ready to head out to an 8 p.m. reservation at KOMODO, which is one of Fontainebleau's fine dining experiences here. They specialize in Southeast Asian cuisine, and they have locations in Miami and Dallas that are world-renowned, and now they built their 3rd location here at Fontainebleau, and I can't wait to check it out. Apparently, the restaurant's atmosphere is like minimally lit, and it has this futuristic rainforest feel to it. That's so up my alley. You know how I love my tropical rainforest themes and all that, so let's do this. So I just got back from KOMODO, and wow, that place is absolutely spellbinding. We're gonna touch on the food momentarily, but first, about that atmosphere, about that ambience. It's just so mesmerizing, and I'm going to tell you all why. So as you can see in some of my B-roll here, the very minute you step foot into the waiting area at KOMODO, you're greeted with these really dramatic, sensual scarlet orchids encased in glass, and that just automatically sets the tone for what's going to be a very seductive dining experience. You also see a consistency in the theming regarding cherry blossoms, as well as bamboo pillars all throughout the restaurant. It just gives it a nice, sophisticated, classy, elegant vibe. And then also, because most of the restaurant is dimly lit, it adds to the intrigue. The staff were absolutely amiable, just very friendly, very attentive, and just very professional at what they do. They offered some great recommendations as well. I was rescuing around for a drink, and I ordered this lavender drink that was absolutely refreshing. Amazing decision. And I ordered 3 dishes. 2 of them were smaller dishes, and 1 of them was an entree. The entree was a wild mushroom lo mein. Yeah, it definitely did not skimp on the truffle. I'm a truffle lover. I know truffle is very polarizing, but personally, I just love that earthy, brothy taste of truffle. But as excellent as the wild mushroom lo mein truly was, there was somehow one dish that eclipsed even that degree of excellence. And there was none other than the daring plant-based chicken dan dan. I cannot recommend that dish enough. I sing the utmost highest praises. Please do yourselves a favor and order the daring plant-based chicken dan dan. It was made with great peanut sauce and a nice Szechuan kick to it. It was essentially a dumpling dim sum. It melted right in my mouth. Simply put, daring plant-based chicken dan dan, FTW. It's about 10 p.m. on my first night here at Fontainebleau, and I'm about to head on back down to the ground level to check out Bleau Bar, which is Fontainebleau's lobby bar that has this amazing grand chandelier that's made out of thousands of crystal bow ties That is super adorable. And I'm gonna try their specialty cocktails, and I can't wait to share a few of them with you lovelies. All right, let's own this summer night.
La nuit est si longue, buvons ce martini. Une femme voit son présent qui naît dans la nuit. Les étoiles tombent à part face à la lune. Elle respire son corps, elle s'abandonne dans la nuit. Ses mains glissent entre son corps. Ses lèvres roses, ses yeux velours. Le regard est ébloui. La magie tombe dans la nuit. Quand une passion aimant le cœur revit. On oublie avant l'aube n'écrit dans la nuit. Ses mains glissent entre son corps. Ses lèvres roses.
Good morning, lovelies. I hope you all slept well just like I did. That bed is absolutely amazing. It's one of my favorite beds that I've been in thus far in Vegas. So comfortable. I felt like I was wrapped in a cocoon sleeping under that duvet comforter. I absolutely loved it. So last night I went down to Bleau Bar, which is Fontainebleau's lobby bar located on the first floor, just near the guest elevators, and I absolutely love the atmosphere there. They have this grand chandelier that's made up of literally thousands of these tiny little crystal bow ties, and I was using my zoom filter like crazy on my iPhone to get all these mesmerizing glimpses of all those little subtle but intricate little touches of bow ties all throughout the property, and it just absolutely spellbinding, you know, staring up at the ceiling and all these little bow ties. It just made for a nice touch. But Bleau Bar certainly doesn't just talk the talk. They also walk the walk when it comes to overall staff, service, and mixology. I ordered 2 specialty cocktails. My bartender, Joseph, was absolutely amazing. He was very friendly, very affable, very attentive throughout the course of the evening, took care of me really well. So I ordered 2 signature cocktails from him. The first was called Pancakes and Dopamine. It was an aged rum-based drink that had hints of banana and allspice, a couple other things in there. That was really good. But my absolute favorite by far was one that actually my aforementioned friend Mark, who I met randomly at the pool yesterday, recommended to me via the text message. We were exchanging texts back and forth while I was dining at KOMODO, and when I was saying I was going to go head over to the Bleau Bar afterwards, he recommended I try a specialty cocktail called The Stranger. And let me tell you something. He was not playing around. That drink is an absolute beautiful showstopper work of art. I almost felt guilty drinking it because it just looks so stunning, but I did anyway, and I have to say that drink was absolutely tasty as well. So please do yourselves a favor and order The Stranger next time at the Bleau Bar. Stat. My bartender Joseph also hooked me up with a couple of complimentary bar snacks. There were some lightly salted cashews, but my favorite were the okra chips. I've never seen okra chips as a bar snack anywhere previously, and I have to say, this needs to be a thing. Okra chips for the win. I got back to my room around 1 a.m. last night. I showered, I slept, I woke up around 8 a.m. and then I headed down to Cafe Cuto, which is a cafe that's just conveniently located near the guest elevators on the second floor of Fontainebleau. And I got myself this 16-ounce specialty latte. It was used with lavender and blueberry notes. I got mine with oat milk as well. That was absolutely tantalizing. And then I also got one of their vegan pastries. They alternate a vegan pastry by season. The one that they're having right now is called Maui Morning. It had hints of pineapple and other tropical flavors in it. That was absolutely delectable. Fontainebleau has several other cafes and patisseries on site, including Che Bon Bon. But if you want something that's very convenient and just outside the guest elevators here at Fontainebleau, Cafe Cuto is right up your alley if you want just a quick to-go coffee, sandwich, a patisserie, or smoothie. Now that your girl is all caffeinated and dolled up, I'm gonna be heading back down to the Oasis pool deck to kind of see more of what it has to offer. They have this French Mediterranean-inspired restaurant on site called the Cote. I want to check that out. It's an exclusive restaurant only available for hotel guests. I also want to check out another poolside bar called FB Slims. I heard they have adult popsicles and other novelties there, and so much more. There's so much more to explore with the Oasis. And so I'm heading back down to the Oasis right now. As y'all can see, it's been quite a blustery day here at the Oasis pool here at Fontainebleau. But I love heat mixed with wind. It's so invigorating and so enticing, and it has a moderate cooling effect. I just really enjoy it, so I don't mind the wind. So the Oasis pool covers about 7 acres. It has 6 distinct pools. It has 4 restaurants, and it also has a 21 plus enclave as well. Oh, alas, the Cote was closed today. They actually are closed Tuesdays and Wednesdays, so I'm definitely going back there tomorrow if my life depends on it. But I pivoted over to FB Slims. It's one of 4 poolside cocktail bars. So I went over there. I had 2 cocktails. I had a Miami Vice. Obviously, you gotta pay homage to the flagship Fontainebleau in Miami Beach. Miami Beach, Miami Vice. Enough said. And secondly, I tried the Belladonna. I was asking the bartender for their personal recommendation, and he requested Belladonna, and that absolutely hit the spot. Drinks, you know, and things like this that are used with vodka, they're absolutely up my alley. Nice cucumber mint flavor. It was so refreshing. Cucumber and mint for the win. Another fun fact for you lovelies, on every Sunday through September, Fontainebleau kicks off their Oasis Cinema Club series here at Oasis Pool. So they have it all the way through the beginning of September. So every Sunday through September, if you want to also enjoy a nice flick, chill by the pool, have yourself a nice drink, the Oasis Cinema Club is absolutely where it's at. I can't wait to try that out next time. They also have a place called Gigi's here at the Oasis Pool. It's like a nice tranquil enclave I can't wait to check out at some other point of my trip. And they also have the Bleau Bar. And then they also have Live Beach, which I'm actually going to right at the end of my trip. I can't wait to share that experience with you all. And then finally they have La Mer. It's another poolside bar as well I hope to check out. But yeah, it's a nice, hot, windy day, and I'm really enjoying myself. I can't wait to check out more of this pool deck with you all. All right, I just got back from the Oasis pool deck and I spent a total of 5 hours down there. I was basically just shooting a lot of B-roll footage, and I also wanted to kind of get a flavor as to how everything is interconnected over at Oasis Pool Deck. So at dead center of the Oasis Pool Deck, you have 3 bodies of water that converge together, and they essentially form the Grand Pool. And right at the middle of Grand Pool is one of the 4 bars on site, which is called the Bleau Bar. And the Bleau Bar has this massive Art Deco covering that's inspired by southeastern France that is really mesmerizing. You also have a day club on site known as Live Beach, which is 35,000 square feet, 2-story, that has a lot of amazing DJs playing there. I'm actually going to head there on Friday. And apparently Live Beach's atmosphere and decor is directly inspired by the cliffside terraces in southeastern France. I can't wait to check it out. Then you have Blowtopia, which is directly inspired by the gardens in Versailles, France, and they have apparently a lot of cool lawn games I can't wait to check out. There's also La Mer if you want a tranquil kind of pool experience. There's Gigi's if you want something that's very Mediterranean inspired. And then last but not least, there's the VIP Legacy Pool as well. I didn't have a chance to check out their poolside restaurant La Cote today. I'll definitely be doing that tomorrow. But yeah, they have an amazing French Mediterranean restaurant called La Cote, which is also down there. But yeah, I just got back, I freshened up a bit, and now in about an hour I'm gonna head down to Chyna Club. Apparently Chyna Club is owned and operated by the Dow Group Hospitality, which recently bought Hakkasan, and they have some other amazing restaurants in their portfolio as well, including Lavo, Cathedral, and Beauty in Essex. And what also intrigues me about Chyna Club is that Chef Alan Yao is from Hong Kong, so it's very Cantonese inspired. And apparently it's supposed to be a supper club, but it's combining both Asian aesthetics as well as Art Deco ones. To say that my curiosity is piqued would be the understatement of the millennium. I'm just absolutely intrigued by this place, so let's find out if the hype is real. And then after Chyna Club, I want to check out either Cullen's, which is another bar on the casino floor that was actually voted by Esquire as one of the best bars in America. It's actually named after Cullen's Avenue in South Miami Beach. Or I want to check out Nowhere Lounge, which is actually very old world inspired and actually has some amazing live entertainment as well as billiards and so much more. I don't know yet whether it'll be either or and, but we'll see where the night takes me.
I said when I get old enough and I can be a singer, I will sing these songs on stage. And when my grandparents passed, I sang this particular song on every stage that I've been on. It's one of my favorite songs, and I think it's a great staple for Vegas as well while you're visiting. Send you off wherever you're headed. Almost like you can't tell right on the keys. What spring is like on Jupiter in other words, hold my hand, other words, darling.
I so appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight.
I'll be a local in about 3 years' time myself. I'm currently in Portland, Oregon, but I can't wait to be here because I'm just so enamored by the social culture and the climate here.
Yeah, of course. Well, good. Well, when you move here, let us know. You'll come by Snower Lounge.
Oh, it's a deal. Yay. All right, it's about 9:30 a.m. on my final full day here at Fontainebleau Las Vegas, and I have a stacked day planned for you all. But first, we have to run through the highlight reel of last night. So I started my evening out at the Chyna Club, which is a Cantonese restaurant just off of the casino floor, and it was really cool. I had multiple themed rooms, each with their own personality. There was a cozy library, which was very dimly lit. It felt very elegant. It had a conservatory, which had these ceiling panels displaying shooting stars and moons, so it gave off a very celestial feel. It had a bunch of velvet and leather seating. And then they had this cozy tea room. Now this is where I sat. And the cozy tea room, it was decked with all these tones of copper and porcelain. It was so cool. You could spend several hours in there just engrossed in all of the little details, just so well decorated. You had decorative urns, you had tones of copper and bronze and reds and blacks and just a lot of floral tints as well. It was just so well themed and so well decorated. In fact, I'd say that the decor and atmosphere was better than the food. Now, I really enjoyed the food a lot. I just wouldn't consider Chyna Club personally among my top 10 best Pan-Asian culinary experiences on the Las Vegas Strip, but it was still pretty decent. But there was definitely a standout on the menu, and it was the Sichuan vegetable dumplings. They were manna from the heavens. I absolutely enjoyed those. So much flavor, just melted in my mouth. I also ordered their garlic fried rice, which was also really good. And then I had their steamed maitake mushrooms with spinach, and that wasn't anything to write home about, nothing really special about that, but I love my maitake mushrooms nonetheless. The service and staff at Chyna Club was outstanding, by the way. I had some really nice playful banter with several waiters there, so it was just a really fun vibe there. I should also mention that the Chyna Club has a very clubby kind of atmosphere despite all the aforementioned heavy theming, so it's very warm and approachable, and you also sense that with of how outstanding the staff are. They were excellent, the service was excellent, it was just such a fun place to dine at. And then shortly after Chyna Club, I headed up to the second floor and I went to Nowhere Bar. So Nowhere is just outside of the guest elevators on the second floor of the Fontainebleau, and it was so awesome. It has this speakeasy vibe. It had a lot of dark, dim lit atmosphere. It had billiard tables. It had a bunch of plush seating. They have this amazing live entertainment there often. I was actually there. Michaela Gordon performed with a full ensemble band, and it was absolutely amazing to hear some live jazz here at Fontainebleau. Michaela and her band were just so much fun, so charismatic, so fun-loving. Everyone's out to have a good time. The place just had the utmost outstanding vibe. I just can't wait to go back. I ordered 2 drinks there. My favorite was a Monte Carlo Squad. It was a bourbon-based drink that had hints of allspice, tangerine, and lemon. And then I also had the Litz Elope, which was a refreshing gin-based drink with hints of cantaloupe and lemon. So if you're staying at Fontainebleau, you simply have to check out Nowhere Lounge. Bar none. I also used my $15 in free play that I got for being a rewards member. I used it on a Buffalo Gold machine and it was a total failure. I did not win anything. However, I have to say that the very instant that I started playing that Buffalo Gold machine, a cocktail waitress approached me and asked for a drink. I've never had service that instantaneous and amazing like that. So a total shout out to her. It just totally made my night. I've never seen lightning quick service like that. And I'll be honest, I went into this trip fearing that Fontainebleau would be sterile, a little clinical, because it's a higher end property and that would feel kind of out of place like a tourist. But let me tell you something, the staff has just been outstanding, marvelous. I've just felt such warm, approachable, affable vibes every single time I've approached a staff member. And I've had some nice playful banter. Actually, I was in one part of the casino. They have this art sculpture in one end of the resort that resembles a chanterelle mushroom. And I thought I want to get a cute selfie there. And immediately there was this gentleman who approached me working at Fontainebleau and asked if he could take a selfie for me. And I was just like, oh yeah, thanks so much. And it just really made my night. And then he was like impersonating, like in his deep, baritone voice. It's like, welcome to Fontainebleau.
Welcome to Fontainebleau. I'm Don Security. How are
Welcome
you?
to Fontainebleau.
That is my regular voice.
It's quite a charming voice. Your voice is money. But yeah, it's just the staff are just marvelous. They're excellent here. And I just always feel right at home here, which really says a lot considering the kind of feelings that I was weighing going into this trip. Otherworldly staff and customer service really goes a long way in elevating any sort of trip, and this has just been off the roof. But yeah, this girl's up and at 'em. It's about 9:30 here in Las Vegas, and I'm about to head back down to the Oasis pool yet again. I want to check out Cote, which is their French Mediterranean restaurant that's adjacent to the Oasis pool, and I want to check out some of the other remaining pools I haven't checked out already. And then I'll fill you in on what I have planned later. Mwah. I just got back from Cote as well as the Oasis pool deck, but I wanted to show you all something very special. Take a look at this. So the housekeeping, they set aside cloths on opposing ends of this double vanity here, and they put all my bathroom products, vitamins, supplements, all of that on opposing ends of this double vanity here. That's just absolutely amazing. And that underscores just how amazing Fontainebleau's staff and customer service is. It's truly off the charts. I couldn't ask for anything more when it comes to customer satisfaction and staff friendliness. So we're approaching my final night here at Fontainebleau, and I don't know about you all, but I often feel very sentimental, very misty-eyed whenever I've had just an outstanding trip, and I'm just kind of sad, you know, to almost go, like I wish I could stay here. There's been a few other resorts I've stayed in Vegas where I've had a similar feeling, but it really is a testament to just how amazing resort experiences can be and how they can imprint so many fond, lasting memories on us, and Fontainebleau is absolutely doing that for me. But it's sentimentality out of gratitude, not depression. I am just absolutely grateful beyond compare that I've gotten to experience this property. I still can't wait to be back. I'm basically counting down the days, but we're gonna go out with a bang here, and I'm gonna tell you all what I'm up to. But first I want to briefly recap. I went down to Cote. They were open today, and I had an amazing entree. I had some blackened tacos that were absolutely amazing. Can't recommend them enough. They have amazing staff down there too that I just want to give special shout outs to. And also I had a drink there. I had the pink flamingo. That was really refreshing and definitely perfect for the summertime. So huge shout out to my server Lenny as well as his colleagues. All of the staff there absolutely amazing, friendly and affable. I can't recommend Cote enough. So now it's about 4:45. I have a dinner reservation at 6 at Cuto. It's an Asian barbecue restaurant. They opened their flagship location in Miami Beach's Wynwood neighborhood back in 2016. And just 1 year after opening, they won Time Magazine's Best Restaurant in Florida, and they were also a semi-finalist for the James Beard Foundation's Best Restaurant list. So Cuto has become an institution in Miami Beach, and they've opened 2 other locations as well, and they just recently opened their 4th location here in Las Vegas, and I can't wait to check out if the hype is real or not. Let's do this. So now it's actually 2:30 a.m. on my final night here at Fontainebleau. I need to get myself some rest before checking out, but I want to share my thoughts and feelings on Fontainebleau and how it stacks up with the rest of the Las Vegas Strip. But yeah, I just wanted to take this time to review Cuto, where I had dinner last night. as well as share my overall thoughts of Fontainebleau as well as a full review. And let me tell you all something, Caillou is a bona fide showstopper here at Fontainebleau. I highly implore you all to check out Caillou immediately, and I'll tell you why. First of all, it's not very often that I see the kind of gregarious, affable, friendly, going the extra mile kind of staff interaction that I had throughout this meal. The staff at Caillou are absolutely amazing, just so friendly to chat with. There was just so much playful banter exchanged. It was just amazing.
Hi you guys, welcome to Cuto. I'm going to be serving you some acapana.
Oh, wow. They really took my plant-based leanings to heart, and they just offered some really great recommendations and suggestions, some of which I tried myself. Their kale chips are the best kale chips I've ever had, period, bar none, unprecedented, unparalleled, best kale chips ever! They had this mushroom powder seasoning that absolutely put it over the moon. It also had these hints of white soy and chili and lime that just really set it apart and over the stratosphere. No, over the exosphere. Please drop everything and get those kale chips, enough said. But the glory doesn't stop there. For the waitress also highly recommended that I try their corn ribs, which he said had this kind of blackened caramelized onion topping, as well as this yuzu marinade that was actually vegan friendly. And that was also scrumptious. We're already 2 for 2 when it comes to showstopper stunters with this particular meal. But then, can we complete the hat trick? In a valiant effort to complete the hat trick, I decided to order their stone pot Thai fried rice. And yes, the hat trick is complete! Score! And just like with the kale chips and the corn ribs, there's just so much going on with the flavor profile with the fried rice. I'm just astounded that we ended up 3 for 3, and Caillou has become an absolute favorite of mine on the Las Vegas Strip. I am definitely going back there again. I am literally counting down the days. And yeah, the atmosphere was really cool too. It had this warm, understated elegance to it. I definitely could see the wood-fired Asian restaurant feel that they were going for. I'm not very well versed in Miami Beach. I need to travel there more often because I have such limited knowledge or frame of reference for Miami Beach, admittedly, but I just imagine it has the sort of similar, understated, elegant tones and so forth, and I just felt cozy and right at home there. So on that note, I actually am going to go ahead and share my thoughts and feelings on Fontainebleau. I'll be brutally honest with you all. I was actually quite a bit nervous in the lead up to this particular visit because even though I'd seen very high average scores on Priceline and TripAdvisor among people who had actually stayed here at Fontainebleau, Fontainebleau also had a very shaky start in terms of PR, and I'd also seen a fair bit of reviews that suggested that Fontainebleau was pretty sterile and clinical. And that concerned me just a little bit, because sometimes if something is very beautiful, very opulent, very grandiose on the surface, but also makes you kind of feel like you're alien to it, if it makes any sense, if you feel like you're a tourist rather than an actual embraced guest, it can't help but diminish the overall experience. And it can make you feel like a stranger, it could make you feel aloof, a little detached, and that could potentially be a deal breaker. But you know what, lovelies? I'm proud to report that I felt the complete opposite of detached, the complete opposite of aloof. I felt absolutely welcomed and embraced throughout my entire trip here at Fontainebleau. I generally have gotten very misty-eyed by a lot of the connections I made with various staff members consistently throughout my stay here over these 3 days. I was just really moved, and I'm very pleasantly surprised by that. Often when you open a new resort like this and you're kind of finding your groove, sometimes the hiccups are very apparent and it carries over into how people engage with each other, staff to customer, but yeah, I felt just like family here. I just generally got very misty-eyed by some of the various spontaneous connections I had with various staff members all throughout these 3 days. It just generally moved me. The woman who checked me in at the hotel registration desk was absolutely welcoming. There's been various security guards who welcomed me with a smile. There were various people working in the pool lobby that were very friendly. Just friendliness all around, and even, you know, some people who helped get selfies of me when I never even asked for it. The service is just top notch and above and beyond here at Fontainebleau, and it's absolutely undeniable that you are getting genuine 5-star service when you have housekeeping going past your room multiple times each day of your stay. So yeah, I went into this visit concerned that there'd be this bit of a condescending vibe, something that was almost smug, making you feel like you were lesser than, or if that makes any sense, but I felt the complete opposite opposite here at Fontainebleau. On top of that, Fontainebleau arguably has one of the single best restaurant portfolios on the Las Vegas Strip. The only other resorts that come to mind that really rival it would be Venetian Palazzo, Wynn Encore, and then I would say Resorts World. But Fontainebleau has a very stellar stacked lineup of about 30 restaurants, and they can more than hold their own with any resort on the Strip in that regard. I also personally think Fontainebleau has one of the top 5 lounge portfolios on the Las Vegas Strip. The only other resorts I think really rival Fontainebleau in this regard would be Park MGM, the Cosmopolitan, Resorts World, and Wynn and Encore. I'm not exactly sure where I would rank the Oasis pool deck in my personal ranking of best Las Vegas Strip pools, but needless to say, it's a very impressive pool deck. I had a lot of fun there, and it definitely is something I highly recommend you all check out at least once. And on top of that, you have a beautifully breathtaking promenade, you have abundant casino space, you have Live Day Club as well as Live Night Club, you have abundant convention space, you have the Lapis Spa, and so much more. And while the standard rooms here at Fontainebleau may not be quite as large as those you'll find at Delano, Palazzo, Wynn, Encore, or Vidara, they are still very luxurious, very spacious, and make you feel right at home. Not to mention have some of the best connectivity and advanced technology of all rooms on the Las Vegas Strip. So you all must be asking if there are any flaws here at Fontainebleau. Honestly, most of it is just nitpicking, but here are a few nitpicks I'd like to point out. The first is that if you're looking for that kind of quintessential Las Vegas experience, it is possible that you might be a little underwhelmed or even disappointed here at Fontainebleau. Because again, the flagship Fontainebleau is in Miami Beach. And so for some, it may feel more like Miami Beach being crammed into Vegas than something that actually feels quintessential Vegas. So honestly, if you're a Vegas first timer especially, or you're someone who just wants this picture book quintessential Vegas experience, Fontainebleau is probably not going to be the best resort for you. Fontainebleau is more of that resort for someone who's kind of went around the block and knows what's around the corner multiple times in Vegas by now, and they're always looking to kind of take on new experiences, and that's how Fontainebleau could really grow on them. My second nitpick regarding Fontainebleau is that while the rooms here at Fontainebleau are unmistakably 5-star and are very luxurious, I feel the standard rooms kind of pale in comparison to a few others on the Las Vegas Strip that also are 5-star, namely Waldorf Astoria, Wynn, and Encore, even arguably Mandalay Bay's. But yeah, I feel like the rooms, even though they look aesthetically pleasing and definitely have a lot of amenities and so much to offer, they do feel they're just a smidgen below the aforementioned ones. And a final nitpick I have with Fontainebleau at this moment in time is that when you get past the Asian restaurants, there's a relative lack of plant-based or vegan-friendly options on site. Now, I absolutely loved all of my dining experiences here at Fontainebleau, but the reason why I didn't consider Mother Wolf was because I didn't really notice any vegan-friendly entrees on there, or ways that they could accommodate vegans. Same with Don's Prime and Poppy Steak and some others. So if you're someone who is like me, lives by a plant-based diet or something of that sort, you may want to potentially consider going off campus to find your dining needs if that's a concern to you. I also know for a fact that a lot of people are going to gripe about the location of Fontainebleau on the North Las Vegas Strip, but honestly, for me personally, that's not an issue at all. If anything, part of the point of going to Vegas is trying new things, living a little, and part of that means getting out of your comfort zone, which also means getting around and about. In fact, the distance between Caesar's Palace and Treasure Island is remarkably similar to the distance between Encore and Fontainebleau. But with all that said, I was blown away by Fontainebleau, and I actually think that it might be my new favorite resort on the Las Vegas Strip. Now I say might because I also hold Wynn and Encore in supreme esteem, and they were previously considered my number 1 and number 2 favorite resorts on the entire Las Vegas Strip, and I still love them so very much, but Fontainebleau is pretty much right there too. In fact, I'm feeling very inspired to make a comparison video pitting Wynn and Encore and Fontainebleau against each other to get a sense about, categorically speaking, which areas each resort comes out on top of each other, so we kind of get a sense about what the ultimate victor is that way in my mind. But needless to say, I unabashedly and unapologetically am awarding Fontainebleau the S tier among Las Vegas resorts. Alongside Wynn and Encore, Bellagio, and the Palazzo, Fontainebleau Las Vegas is easily as good as it gets, period, when it comes to Las Vegas hotels. So I highly encourage you lovelies to please drop everything now and book your trip with Fontainebleau Las Vegas as soon as possible. You won't regret it. You won't regret it, and I think you're absolutely going to love it. I so can't wait to come back for second helpings. I want to check out more of the restaurants I haven't been to already. I want to check out more of the lounges. I want to return to the Oasis pool and so much more. But until then, I'm Nadia Lockhart, encouraging you all to live your lives like hummingbirds in a hurricane.
Yeah.